And welcome to day one of the 52-week poker challenge. 52 weeks, bringing you one session for 5 hours with a buy-in of $500. Enough of the delays, let's get started. Unfortunately, they did not have a 2-3 game ready for me when I got to the casino, so they had me jump into a 1-2 game until the game opened up. But no fear, we've got $200 on the table. I've brought the bat with me. We mean business. Let's get into our first hand. I'm currently in middle position, and I look down at King Jack offsuit. This is a great hand to start off with, so when the betting comes to me, I lead out for $12. The betting moves around to the table to two other players, and $12 seems to be enough for them, so they make the call. Onto a flop we go. King, Jack, 5, 2 spades, 1 heart. I flop top 2 pair with kings and jacks, but there's also a flush draw and a straight draw on the board. I'm first to act with 2 players behind, so I lead out for $15. $15 looks good to both of the players behind me. They both make the call, and we head to a turn. The turn comes the 5 of diamonds, which now pairs the board, now a double flush draw, still with the Broadway draw straight, and in my eyes, the hand only gets juicier. I'm first to bet again, so this time I lead out with $25. The idea here is to do exactly what this guy did with his driveway. Let's build it up. The 2 players behind do not disappoint, and they come along, both calling $25 bets, and on to the river we go. The river brings the Queen of Hearts, completing the Broadway straight. No flush draw to hurt me. Top 2 looks fantastic. Now, when you have 2 pair, there is percentages and math. You're typically 24% to win the hand. When you go heads up, it's 50%. However, there's 2 people in the hand with me. I still feel pretty strong. I don't think anybody has ace 10 here. And I think if anybody had a 5 right here, I think they would have raised with the straight draw and the double flush draw. They would have wanted to get it in quicker. I think top 2 pair is good here. Now, the problem with playing a 1-2 game, you have a max of $200. So far, we have $52 invested into the hand with a $159 pot. So there's only really 2 options left. We can check to induce one of the 2 players to bet into me, and then we come over the top all in, hoping that they don't have a set or trips, as we indicated earlier. Or we take the rest of the $141 and we rip it all in. But we didn't come here to play safe, ladies and gentlemen. We came here to win some money, and we decide to rip it all in. I announce my bet and await my fate to the next 2 players. And not to my surprise, the player that's right after me announces call. The second player ends up folding, and we go to our showdown. I throw over my top 2 pair, kings and jacks, only to find player 1 was laying in the weeds with queen 5 suited clubs. Not only did this hand hit him on the flop, but it got better on the turn and decimated me on the river when he rivers the full house. Because he was in second position, he could sit there and basically call, put himself in a great position, and since the hand only got better and better and better, he didn't need to raise. He could literally sit there and let us do all the betting for him, which I graciously did. So I'm in for one hand. I've already lost $200 of the $500 starting stack, but we are not quitters. We grab another $200 from our $500 stack, and we get back into it on to hand 2.